He said they said the NANS president was beaten up. I said they cannot beat me as a NANS president, and the whole country will not be on standby by now. I'm saying it. If he's a NANS president, they should temper with him with me one day and see what it means to be a NANS president. He's not the one who's going around saying sort of thing. That he, as a NANS president, met with Atiku Abubakar, and there's picture. Atiku media also posted it. Sulem Lamido, he also met with Showore, who is the publisher of Sahara Reporter. And you will have seen, if you are aware, if you are conversant with your media the way you said earlier on that day I did my inauguration, I talk about how we secure our campuses. I'm going to organize a regional summit, a security summit, because of the killings around our campuses. And the Sogore and the Sahara Reporter, under 3 hours, published 8 different stories about my speech, trying to let people know that I'm castigating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that is not securing the campuses. It's not, you understand, you will have seen a political affiliation in those their statements. But I don't give a damn. I know what I mean, and I know what I want to do with the regional campus summit I promised to do for Nigerian students. And you also asked me about peace building. Yes, we have 3C in NANS. We call it consultation, consolidation before confrontation. I think I've exhausted the first 2, C. Even though I've not launched the confrontation to him. But I can tell you, I've consulted with this same guy. I told you I met him 2 times. And whenever he sees me, let me even explain the first one I met with him. Was when I was on my way to airport. The PTDF have a program of empowerment in University of Uyo. I'm going to Akwa Ibom. I've already bought, sitting for boarding. I've already checked in, just sitting for boarding. When somebody called me that they said some students, University of Abuja student, have called, what was his name? Atiku. I say, where? Not up to 1 minute again. I also got somebody called, they say it's in your custody. I say, I'll meet them in airport. I even have to do video call with the person to see. The person said, check your Facebook. You will see what he's saying. Immediately, I opened my Facebook page. I saw that too. Unfortunately for me, my mind does not want them to harm me because I know NANS. There's what we call Mazimo Shishi. If you know you want to declare for NANS, it's just declaring for faction in NANS. It's just as if you went to a market square place and steal. You should know what will happen to you. So, but I know I have the control of the student. I have to cancel that ticket. I have the ticket with me here. I have to rush down where he is. When I met him, he knelt down. That Mr. President, I'm sorry. I said, Atiku, what's going on? Why are you doing all this? He said, please, I should think about it. And that's the first day I told my team, it will be difficult for this guy to opt out of this. He said, I'm a father of 8. You don't know what it means for you to your children to go to bed without food, without dinner? I told him, what's the problem? What do you want? He said, please, I should help him. That even if for me to empower his wife to start working, I said, Atiku, you know, I'm just a new president. But I can assure you, if you have openness, in some parastatal we are visiting, I can get her a job through appealing. But you, join me as a NANS president, be part of my team. Let's continue working. Unfortunately for me that day, one of our leaders came in, trying to confirm too that, am I with Atiku? Is it true that they've captured Atiku? But immediately I picked the call. I told the speaker that Atiku is even here in front. The man said I should put the phone on speaker, which I did. And he told Atiku, why are you doing this? Atiku said, well, lie, we've resolved. He was just telling the leader. And I told him we've not resolved. All what we need to do is for you to follow me to media. I'm not forcing you. I told him more than 3 times. If you know you are not okay by it, I will still allow these people to release you and go. But I can assure you the next time they will catch you, I will not come to rescue you. Because Nigeria students know their president. And he told me that that this is cloth he store. Please, can I get him jalabia? He was even telling the person to buy size 56. And they rush and get him the jalabia, and I make a call to some media house. They asked us to come and address the press. And after the press, I told him, during that process, I was checking for another flight, because my program in Akwa Ibom is for 11 a.m. So I saw a flight of 7 a.m. to Akwa Ibom the next day. I said, let me book that. So on that process, after the whole press release, where he have agreed that NANS is united, we are one, I told him, okay, go and stay in so-so hotel. I will meet you there. He said, no, he's scared, he cannot go that far. Why? Okay, where do you want to stay? He said, he's even having some debt. I said, I don't have money. Look at my account, this is what I have in my account. But if you know you can get a hotel, stay, I will be back in 2 days so that we can resolve and talk more. He said, no problem, Mr. President. I made a transfer of 500,000 naira to his account. I have the receipt. And he said, thank you. And he left. When he was going, he still called me back that he have not eaten, to tell you how dramatic this was. I still call my people, that my ESCO, please take him to a restaurant, let him eat and go. So when he was going with them, me, I'm on my way to the hotel too, so that I can leave the next morning. But I told him when he freshen up, he should call me, I will come so that we'll talk. So after I left there, they said he eat. When he was going with them, he started telling them that he wish I can give him director of action and mobilization, so that I would say no problem. When they told me on phone, I started calling him. He did not pick the call till the day I was called by a security agency that they said they kidnapped Atiku. I said, how will I know? I'm on my way to Ministry of Education to pay a courtesy visit to Minister of Education on this net fund matter and the other scholarship, federal scholarship board. People have been chatting me, sending me message that they've not paid them for scholarship. But I told the security agency that called me that I will make a call. If I can get wherever he is, I will go there to see. Because the last time I spoke to him was when we had an agreement that I'm going to pay him, he's going to give him a director of action and mobilization and to help his wife. Only for that day, when I came there, I saw him, they've already lynched him. I saw his hand with a cotton wool. And I didn't even utter a word to him. Immediately he saw me too, he was just saying, I'm sorry, Mr. President. I'm sorry, Mr. President. I was just looking at him. And not up to 1 minute, the security people came with their halos and they took him away there. So I don't know anything about more than what I just narrated to you. Thank you. The National President of National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, a media rally held on Saturday, May 3rd, 2025. There is a saying that says, when the lion roars at dawn, it's not for war, but to announce the return of order to the savannah. Esteemed member of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it is with immense gratitude and unwavering conviction that I welcome you all to this historical media rally, the first official address of my tenure as President of National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS. I do not take this moment for granted. It is not merely a gathering. It is the ignition of a new chapter, one that will redefine how NANS is perceived, how it operates, and how it delivers on the mandate bestowed upon it by over 40.1 million Nigerian students. Let me say this emphatically. I choose to meet with you first because I understand the weight of your pen and the echo of your headlines. In a time when public opinion is as swift as lightning and as viral as wildfire, the media is not just an observer, it is a force. And when that force ends with truth and purpose, it can become a pillar of nation building. As a newly inaugurated president, I bear a vision not to born of personal ambition, but of historical necessity to rebrand NANS and restore its nobility as the conscience of the student community, the vanguard of education advocacy, and a true reflection of the idea that once moved nation from slumber to awakening. But before we build, we must first clear the fog. Let me address the rambling that have found their way into the media space. Claims of factions, contested legitimacy, and image disunity within NANS. I state here without hesitation, NANS is one, indivisible and rooted in legitimate democratic processes. A tree does not become a forest simply because it stands alone in the wind. Leadership in NANS, as with any true democratic institution, is earned through a transparent constitutional process. Those who seek circumvent that will of the student by self-disclaimed leadership position outside this due process are not only acting in error, but also eroding the sacred truth of the student that claim to represent. This is no shortcut to legitimacy. There is no shortcut to legitimacy. This administration was birthed through the rightful process recognized by the student body, and by the grace of history, it will stand. Fame, not as a momentum to one man's vision, but as a movement led by purpose, integrity, and service. Dear comrades of the media, this is not an era for fanfare and political dramatic. This is an era for results. From education to empowerment, from student welfare to nation development, we have a mountain to climb, but we shall not climb it alone. This is why I am extending my arms to you, not as a leader seeking praise, but as a brother seeking partnership. Let us work together to tell the right story, not stories that divide, but stories that inspire, not stories born from heresy, but truth backed by fact.